All right. The Eagles adding a player to a defense that, based upon 37 points surrendered to the Bills, 42 surrendered to the 49ers, both at home, defense could use a little help. Shaq Leonard chooses the Eagles over the Cowboys, recognizing he'll probably play a little bit more in Philly than he would have in Dallas. Here's Sirianni from yesterday talking about getting Shaq Leonard, the former All-Pro with the Colts, signed to a contract for the balance of the season.
We still have confidence in from the tape that he still can play, and he's been a high-level player in this league for a very long time. 18 his first year in, and so that's a long time to be a high-level, 3-time All-Pro player, and so still has a knack to take the ball away, still has that knack to run and hit the ball carrier, still has that length that he had, to make throws hard in the passing lane. So excited about the player we're getting. I don't want to make any mistake about it. I like our linebackers, and I know yesterday was a tough day for us, but I still have a lot of faith in the linebackers and the people that we have in the building.
Trying to figure out why he's got that W&J sweatshirt on. I think that's Washington and Jefferson, is it not? That's where Roger Goodell went to college. Maybe he's trying to suck up. Maybe that's it. Because he didn't go there. He went to Mount Union. He never worked there. I'm looking at his resume. He was never at W&J. Maybe he's just using a little subliminal way to get on the commissioner's good side. Commissioner went to Washington and Jefferson. I'll show up in the W&J sweatshirt, and maybe that'll get us some sort of consideration from 345 Park Avenue. Maybe that. I've cracked the case, Myles.
And you're not tinfoil hat guy. Yeah, right.
No, I'm not. Oh. That doesn't take a tinfoil hat. That's just obvious. That's obvious ass kissing.
Okay.
Ass kissing is obvious. You don't need to coat your head in Reynolds wrap. Anyway, I don't know what kind of a difference Shaq Leonard is going to make. I feel like their defense needs a little more help right now. They've got some flaws, and they go to Dallas, Sunday Night Football, NBC, and Peacock, where the Cowboys have won 14 in a row. And if you saw Thursday night game, they score a lot of points at home. And often the dam breaks early. It didn't happen on Thursday night, made for an entertaining game. But they want the Eagles so bad. I mean, this has the chance to be ugly. And the Eagles still may win the division. If the Cowboys win, they'll be tied with 4 games left, and who knows where it goes. The Cowboys have some tough games coming up. They play the Dolphins in Miami, for example. They've got the Lions coming to town. But I feel like the Cowboys have been chasing, and now they get a chance to catch them in the standings if they can win on Sunday night. We'll be talking about that game plenty as the week unfolds. So, bottom line, Shaq Leonard is back after leaving the Colts. He chose between the Cowboys and the Eagles. He goes with the Eagles. He doesn't hate the Eagles. You might think I do. Shaq Leonard clearly doesn't, because he'll be playing for the Eagles as soon as Sunday. And they've got to stop the bleeding here. Even though they've only lost 1 game, it feels like they've lost 2. It feels like they lost to the Bills. The Bills game just made them seem mortal. And then the 49ers made them seem beatable, and now the Cowboys can come in with, to finish the trifecta and knock them for a loop. And, you don't want to be sinking as you get toward the end of the season. They dominated early. You want to kind of find a way to get that back, and I feel like that's what they desperately need to do. And the Dom DeSandro controversies kind of overshadowed the reality that may be setting in for the Eagles, that maybe there is a gap between them and the 49ers, and maybe the gap between them and the Cowboys isn't as wide as we would have thought.
I think that this week will say a lot about that. I mean, first of all, I don't know that Shaq Leonard is really going to solve any defensive problem. Right? The Colts are a contender. I mean, we mentioned them earlier in the show as being one of those teams that is in right now the playoff picture for the AFC as the 7th seed. So if they are letting Shaq Leonard go, there's a reason why, and if somebody is available in December as a free agent, there's a reason why. So I don't think that you can count on him to come in and be kind of a defensive savior. He may give you some good quality snaps, but I don't know that that means he's going to be like all pro level Shaq Leonard that we saw a couple of years ago. One of the things that I did think was interesting that Sirianni kind of talked about was the relationships that Leonard already has in that Eagles building, because there were a lot of, tentacles, let's call it, between the Eagles organization and the Colts organization. Not only did Sirianni come from the Colts before, but now you've got Shane Steichen, the former Eagles offensive coordinator over there. So there are a lot of people that are on the Eagles staff that had a lot of familiarity with Leonard. I bet that was one of the big factors in why he chose the Eagles over the Cowboys, is just that level of familiarity where even if you are going to a new building, there are those familiar faces that you know and you understand, and they know you, and they can maybe put you in better positions to succeed than coaches that you don't know already. So we'll see how that affects the Eagles defense. And, Sirianni said, we'll see if Leonard's going to be able to play this weekend. He's been playing this year. It's not like he's totally coming off the street. So I think all of that's going to be really interesting. But I don't necessarily think that means he's going to be some sort of defensive savior.
Either way, the Eagles need to do something, because they've gone from presumptive 1 seed to maybe 2 seed to maybe 5 seed. It's a big drop from 1 to 5. 1, you get the bye and you get all your games at home. 5, you go on the road right out of the gates and possibly stay on the road for all of the postseason. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.